System Web Services. As we mentioned before, we need to go to Structure and Connectors. The system connectors designed to be used in Aura Quantic are SOAP. In this example, we're going to see how it's executed for Aura Quantic process. In this case, we're going to deal with Aura Quantic data. So SOAP, Aura Quantic data, and in this case, families. If we click, we will have access to all the different methods. As we saw before, we just need to click on Service Description and save. So desktop. So now we have saved our web service and we can configure it later on. Let's go now to see how to configure this type of web service in a Start Message event form. So we have the form here, and for that we need to add a button. We will have to configure it as a system task. And then in the identity we will select both, and then type of system task we need to choose connector SOAP web service. We will have to add some parameters too for this web service. But we will see this in a minute because we are going to configure this again. Let's try it now. So we just have to go and start a process to try this button. And it's this process. And as we can see here, if we click in Get Version, we will get here the version we are using. Let's go back now and configure the button so we can see how it's done. So let's delete it and configure it. So add actions, as we said, is a system task. Accept selection. And then we are going to select both options in identity, save the form before executing the system task button, and update the form after executing the task. Type of system task, connector, and function, SOAP web service, and continue. As we can see, it's quite simple. And now we need to obtain the WSDL. So we need to browse and find the XML file we have just saved. Okay, so now it's here, and now we can see that some parameters have been added here and that we have some methods here. As we have said, we wanted Aura Portal version. Okay, and now we can see that we have this parameter, Aura Portal version result. We have to map this with the field in the form in which we want to show the result. In our case, we're going to select a field name version, which is here, multiple line text, type of field, and then save. As we can see, all the parameters have been uploaded. And now we will just need to check that the web service is working properly. And this shall be all for System Web Services.